Hey everybody, welcome to this week's episode of With All Due Respect. I'm your host, Ryan Shead. This week, Marcus had something a little more important to do, so I have one of my good friends that is going to fill in for him today. You know him online as The Ghost. Brother, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Thanks for the invite.
Thanks for stepping in, especially at the last minute, man.
Of course.
It's been a while since we've done a show.
It's been a while, man.
Yeah.
You got me perfect timing, actually. Perfect timing.
He had his phone silenced, and I pushed it through anyway. So
you did. You did.
I was like, you gotta come on.
And I accepted it.
But no, as always, thanks to everybody for tuning in. If you're new here, make sure you hit that like, subscribe button. We're going to get into plenty of heavy information, but I wanted to start out with the thing that I think most people are talking about this morning, which is Jimmy Kimmel's monologue last night. It was an 18-minute long monologue, and there was one part specifically that we're going to play here in a second. And I don't know about you if you saw it, but I did, and I
haven't actually.
Well,
I'm glad I haven't now.
Yeah, it's long,
blind.
But this clip is, I think, going to show everybody how emotional this has been for him. I mean, Jimmy Kimmel, he's always been known to kind of show a little emotion. He's not one of those guys that doesn't, but you can definitely hear in his voice that this affected him in some way. So, Keith, if you wouldn't mind playing that for us.
A moment over the weekend, a very beautiful moment. I don't know if you saw this. On Sunday, Erica Kirk forgave the man who shot her husband. She forgave him.
I don't think this is the right one.
That is an example we should follow. If you believe in the teachings of Jesus, as I do, there it was. That's it. A selfless act of grace, forgiveness from a grieving widow. It touched me deeply, and I hope it touches many. And if there's anything we should take from this tragedy to carry forward.
And he went on to say that, he never intended to imply, anything negative towards the individual,
right.
Being Charlie Kirk. And he went on to really clarify that, it really should be about the individual. Right. It's the individual's actions. We can discuss, what it made them extreme to that point that they felt that was the action they needed to take, and we probably should have that debate. But, at the end of the day, and I've said this in a few of my recent videos, this has really shown me personally how truly divided we are.
Oh, yeah.
And I know, and I'm just going to call you out too, I know I have contributed to that division, because I definitely feel like we got to pick a side. Like, it's pick a side time. And I still feel that way. But it's like this kind of came out of left field for a lot of us, and we all had to react. And some people's gut reaction was what it was. And I think as much as we have to give grace to one side, we have to give grace to the other, because there's no denying that Charlie Kirk made a living off of saying fairly vile things. And so,
horrible things.
So to expect everybody to have empathy and feel some sort of way about him isn't really fair. Some people, it just is what it is. I know for myself, and I know I speak for Marcus and our team here, none of us condone what happened. Political violence is something that should not be happening. And I'll point out again that, Charlie Kirk isn't the only one this year. You know, we've had the rep. Oh my God, is it Hortman? Help me out.
Yeah, the two
Melissa Hortman,
senators.
right? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Melissa. Yes.
Sorry, I was blanking for a
Yeah,
second.
yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
but we've
I knew
had,
you was dead.
yeah, we've had the representatives. They were gunned down in their own home.
They
You
were.
know, which goes back to everybody should feel safe at least in their home. You know, like, so seeing this happening, knowing that there are these political assassinations, and then seeing the people that are taking these events and not de-escalating, not trying to bring the heat down on the moment, but actually using it as a call to action. And that's the part that has me concerned. Because, and I said it, you know, again, Marcus and I were live on this show when it all was happening. And I literally said at the end of the show, I said, they're going to martyr this guy. And remember what they did with Ashley Babbitt. Like, she was breaking into the Capitol to potentially kidnap members of Congress.
Right.
And they still martyred her. I was like, Charlie Kirk was sitting in a college talking to a bunch of kids. I was like, what do you think they're going to do now? Like, he wasn't breaking into a building. He wasn't doing anything to be shot. Ashley Babbitt was doing something to warrant that response.
Right.
Right?
Like a physical action.
Exactly. You're doing something, and you were warned a couple of times. Stop. You know? Charlie Kirk didn't have any of that. It was just him answering questions and bam. So it's like,
it's a difficult thing to talk about, man. I'm not going to lie
totally.
to you. And I see your position. A lot of my friends, a lot of colleagues, a lot of people around me are having that same exact position. It's just difficult for me to get more towards that than the one that I'm standing at.
Yeah.
I've studied fascism, man,
But that's
in
fair.
college.
I
And
think
it
that's
is fair.
fair.
You're right. You're right. You said that. It is fair. It's just, it's difficult to offer the empathy that I have to somebody that didn't give empathy to me or any of my friends and family. It's difficult. It's just hard. It's hard.
But I feel that way too. I've said from the beginning, I'm not going to be a hypocrite here and say something nice about Charlie Kirk when I had nothing nice to say about him. When he was here. Right. So I feel like it would be very hypocritical of me to all of a sudden soften my position on him. I thought what I thought of him, but where I see the disconnect is, I think you can have those feelings and still look at the situation and say, we got to try to make sure that doesn't keep happening. You know, like, we can't have people start getting gunned down just because of what they say.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
I got a question, and answer me truthfully. I'm going to ask you. How would we? Let's say this is 1939 Germany.
Okay.
And I'm going to go there because fascism has affected that country.
Let's do it.
And somebody mowed down Goebbels the exact same way that Charlie Kirk got mowed down. You think that country would have been in a little bit of a different direction if the propaganda machine was gunned down and not have any more?
Of course.
Yeah, I do believe that. I do think you can shift history and maybe 60 million people wouldn't have died. And one guy, 60 million, I'm going to just choose the one guy over 60 million.
Well, military people have to make that choice all the time.
You're right. That's why it's just, I've been through war, man. War sucks. War is not good.
Well, that's a whole different conversation that I think we need to have too, which is, I would really argue that we are in the middle of some type of civil war here in America.
Civil war. Yes.
Yeah. It may may not be
argument. It's an argumentative war.
I don't think it's being fought in the way we all envision.
Yeah.
When we say civil war.
It's online.
It's online.
The war is on the internet.
Just going back to what I said 5 minutes ago, this division that we have is so deep.
Yep.
And the propaganda, is really making it even
worse and worse, man.
It's insane. Like, I just challenge everybody, and I'll leave it here. I challenge everybody to go to the White House's social media page. Go to the White House social media page and just start going through the posts. And if you don't feel like you've just been through some type of indoctrination, then you're probably one of them. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah. Like, they are legit propaganda videos.
Oh, yeah.
The type of videos that we would see, from
Goebbels
coming out in the Middle East. But even this, I tell people this story. In the military, when we were going through boot camp, one of the ways they keep you kind of like, motivated is they play these videos. And usually it was during church on Sundays, because that was pretty much the only break you got. So if you didn't go to church, you didn't really get a break. So we'd all go, but they'd play these like videos with, Toby Keith in the background, a C5 shooting off the chaff and flares. It looks like an angel in the background, and you're just like, yeah, fire, we're gonna go get him, and it's like that's what I feel like when I'm watching these. I feel like it's the same type of propaganda that's meant to, get everybody spun up and get them ready to do whatever their command tells them. Except the people in command of this particular group is Donald Trump.
Yep.
And that's what I'm afraid of.
And Stephen Miller.
Oh, that dude's, yeah.
And Pete Kegbreath.
Well, again, those of us who paid attention to the first administration, we saw this coming. He learned from January 6th, which was he knew which positions he needed to have loyalists in to make sure that he could be successful the next time.
Yep.
Which is one of the reasons he's doing the extreme things he's doing, because he knows that he has everybody in the positions that he needs to pull it out of the hat when he needs to.
Keep the ones that help him, drop the ones that don't.
Drop everybody and discredit them. Not just drop them, discredit them.
That's the swamp. He's like, get rid of the swamp. Yep. That's the swamp he's talking
anybody that disagrees with him. Speaking of, before we move on, I just wanted to also point out that Donald Trump has signed some type of order proclaiming Antifa as a terrorist organization.
Oh.
Now, for those of you who maybe don't know what Antifa stands for, hopefully we all do at this point, but it stands for anti-fascism.
Fascism. Period. Nothing further, nothing more.
But I'd also like to point out that in Oklahoma, they are now going to have a Turning Point USA branch in every single high school in Oklahoma.
Lord, baby Jesus.
Now, when you talk about terrorist organizations having brick and mortar memberships, Antifa doesn't have any of that.
Literally.
There's no
Antifa is not a group.
It's not a group.
It's not a thing. It's not an organization.
Ideology.
It's an idea. Yes. It is an idea. How does nobody am I tripping?
Dude.
People didn't know that?
I think we'd have to be tripping to be dumber than these people.
Let me tell you.
We have a story for that.
Yeah, but it's, dude, how did you not know that? You can't make, like, illegally, you cannot make a group be a terrorist group if it's not a group.
Well, not only that, you know what it reminds me of, right? Do you remember when George Bush came out and he said, we're the war on terror. Well, that's a very vague ass mission statement, isn't it?
It's broad. It's very
very
big.
broad, which is why
Multiple
we ended up
paths.
in Iraq, which is why we ended up in Afghanistan, which is why, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, when you have a vague mission statement, it's like, okay, what does that apply to? I mean, it's one of the things I love about law is that law is supposed to be vague because it's open to interpretation.
Right.
You know, I wish I was a studious person where I could have gone to law school because I really do find it interesting. But, you know,
why do you think
that's
law? You're practicing this.
Exactly. But that's, you know, when you're looking at the Supreme Court, you know, that's what I'm always looking at.
Yep.
And right now he has too many yes people on that court. So.
Oh, dude, way too many. Did you hear about I know this is off topic, but it has to do with him, with the Antifa thing.
Yeah.
Supreme Court, just the firing of that commissioner, they were cool with it. They're like, yeah, you can absolutely do that.
I saw that.
That's dictatorship, man.
Yep.
That is fascism to the core.
Yep. He's
How does
getting rid of
nobody know
anybody
that, bro?
that
That's
says
terrifying.
no. You know, anybody that's not white, anybody that's not Christian, they're getting rid of them. Mm-hmm. Anybody that says no.
Yeah.
Anybody that tries to stop them, they're like, nope.
How is this legally? How is he? He fucking loaded the whole thing up.
But again, and now they're like, well, you know, all these people are getting, you know, there's uprisings in the streets. Like, they're throwing things at ICE. Like, what did you people think was going to happen? Like that Americans were just going to roll over and let you take our country for the billionaires?
Literally, it was Blueprint Project 2025
Yeah.
is literally getting executed as
What is
we
that, like
speak.
70% complete
About
now?
70, yes, like 75% of it. We were at 56
Wasn't that
a
long
month
ago.
ago.
Yep.
Dude, they're quick. They're
Yep.
going.
Oh, it'll be 100% by the end of the year.
Yep.
I
Yeah,
have
that
zero
means
doubt.
that people like me might be out of here because I am not American.
Yeah.
I'm a naturalized citizen. So
I worry about you. I worry about a lot
Telling
of
you,
people in
dude.
my life, to be honest.
Bro, I'm telling you,
And
it's
not just
horrifying.
the immigrants. Like I have friends of mine that, you know, they're anchor babies or you know, or they just have an accent, you know,
Yeah.
they're brown, whatever.
Yeah.
Like the trans community, like seriously,
Oh, dude.
when I say
For
this
sure.
country is fucked for anybody that is not white, male, straight, and Christian, like that's not a joke.
No, it's not.
And it's not an exaggeration.
Nope. It's
You
not.
know, you look at the, you know, just going back to Charlie Kirk real quick. You know, that shooter was a white kid, grew up in a conservative household, and
In
grew up in a
Utah.
very religious area.
Mormon,
Like
right?
I lived
Yeah.
in St. George, Utah for 8 months. Trust me,
Jesus.
it is extremely religious, and
I believe it.
And it like it's a community. Like it's just like it's a very, very tight community.
Yep.
And so for this to happen in that area, you know, to see them try to pivot that in any way to,
Staggering.
they were living with a transgender person, and that's what did it.
Who cares?
It's
What?
it's like, so you guys don't think guns kill people, but you think living with a trans person kills people?
Yeah, it's I didn't even think about it like that. But yeah. It's that ridiculous. It is that ridiculous, dude. It makes no sense. The moment they were like, "Oh, it's a guy from Utah." Oh shit.
White kid,
White guy
Yeah.
from Utah. Damn it. I thought it was the left. I thought it was
telling you. And we'll
an
see. Hey,
immigrant.
and speaking of, let's go ahead and mention it. So a little bit of breaking news before we jumped on today was that there was a shooting at an ICE facility in Dallas. 3 people total were killed. I believe it. Wait, what does it say? That one says at least 1. I think 2 passed away. 1 is in critical condition, and then the shooter took his own life. So I think it's 3 total dead right now with 1 critical. This is, and again, guys, we're still finding out some information. So we'll
Just
update.
happened.
Yeah, we'll update you guys at the end of the show as well.
Yep.
But here we are again, dealing with yet another shooting on this show during this show.
This is America, Jack.
It's America.
This is America.
But now,
Not in shock at all.
let me ask you this. Do you trust any of the information coming out from any of our law enforcement organizations about shootings like this? They're already trying to label it as an anti-ICE shooter. And again, they're saying there are anti-ICE
I don't know
ideological
anymore,
things
man.
written on the bullets.
I couldn't even tell you. I couldn't even now 50-50 because if Trump is actually starting to control the FCC and starting to control the shit, the people that control on the radios and TV
Yeah.
and shit, if he
Yeah.
has control of that, which he shouldn't, I don't know. This is why I watch like BBC and like Bosnian news and German channels and
It
shit.
feels
I'm
like
serious.
they're much more,
Dude,
yeah.
Bosnians don't give a they don't care. They could care less how
Yeah.
you feel. They're going to tell
News
you.
is the news.
News is the news. This is how it is. Yeah, in Bosnia it's different, man. So I look at that before ever. I actually checked Bosnian news to see if Charlie Kirk got killed. I was like, this can't be real. Let me check my sources. They didn't get it yet.
Dude,
I'm
I'll
like,
have to
no,
I'll
they
have to send
didn't
you the
get it
video.
yet.
We literally we watched it during the
Same.
show. Like it was crazy.
Yep. I watched the news. I had the news on as I'm working, and I'm like, what is happening? What's this breaking news? No way.
And
Yeah.
and again, to me, it was like
I don't
this
know,
is-
to answer your
This is
question. I
one
have
of the
no clue.
last. I mean, here's my thing. I trust them to release information in their best interest. I think that's the best way I can put it. So
Can we trust Kash Patel?
I don't trust that dude. I wouldn't trust that dude with a $20
He runs
bill.
the FBI, the director.
And the way that he acted during the congressional hearing, it was just kind of like, wow, dude.
Dude, he
And
took
you're the
3
guy that's in
bumps before
control
that.
of like our
He did.
FBI?
Yeah, the FBI director takes bumps.
Oh,
does.
for sure. For sure.
Dude, he did. Anybody that does that 17 times in a row, I'm either you're sick or you're doing bumps, man. There's nothing else.
Well, and I
Or
mean, I have
whatever
very
else.
expressive eyes if you take a picture at the right time. You know, like my wife says it's my serial killer look.
Serial
And
killer look.
but it's like that dude looks like that all the time. Like his eyes are like this, like the whole time, like they don't know
He
I'm
has a
high,
little
right?
bit of a like he
I'm not
has
high.
the Stephen King's It Pennywise, like a little shift of the eye. He totally does have that.
Oh my
I hate
God.
that guy. That guy's horrendous, dude. Horrendous. He's a podcaster. He's you and me. Imagine you
Exactly.
being an FBI director.
Yeah.
Do you have the credibility, sir? If you don't, get out of here.
Yeah. I mean,
You know?
I think I've had a security clearance for longer than I've had a security clearance most of my adult life. I don't think he qualifies for a fucking security
More than
clearance.
Cash Patel. You're more qualified than Cash Patel, bro.
Oh, I think so.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
I'm more qualified than Dan Bongino. I'm
Yes.
more like
Than Donald Trump, sir.
more qualified
You
than
should have been
Donald
in that.
To be fair, that's a pretty freaking low bar. I think
It is. I'm sorry to say.
Keith,
Let me
my
rephrase
producer,
that.
would
That's
be
pretty low.
Yeah,
My
well,
bad, Ryan. That's
dude,
pretty low.
you, me, Keith, Marcus, fucking, my dog. I think we could all
Yes,
do a better job
yes.
than this senile prick.
yes.
But
Telling you.
we got to watch it though. I'm not sure how much freedom of speech we have left.
Gotta be careful.
Yeah, gotta watch it when we're
Gotta watch
criticizing.
it. I might get stopped for this. This is freedom of speech, isn't it?
Yeah, hey.
They might get me for that.
Speaking
For
of,
being
I have a show coming up with Plastic Martyr. So those of you who might actually want to hear from an actual transgender person who has gone through, the
go.
procedure and everything, I'm going to bring her on. I tell people this one 5 years ago when I first started this journey of social media. I was pretty ignorant when it came to the trans community, and
I didn't expect that. For real?
well, just ignorant, man. Not
It happens, I guess.
yeah,
You
not
learn,
it wasn't
though.
based
You
in
unlearned it.
hate. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just more like I don't get it. I didn't understand. And I really felt like that Dave Chappelle show, minus a few little, red meat comments, I actually felt like he was talking to me because I just didn't have anybody in my life that was trans.
Yeah.
And when he started
I don't either.
And
Not
when he
like that.
started telling the story about his friend that he had in there, who was a trans woman, and that experience, and I was like, wow, the end of the show, the comment he left it on is what made it so profound for me.
Oh, yeah.
Is Dave Chappelle is known for pushing the envelope, so I kind of expected some of that.
For sure. It's his style.
But he's also known for capping it off in a way that makes you think. And what he
Right.
said that made me go, I need to go educate myself, was that the trans woman had passed away, and she had a daughter when she was a man, and that Dave Chappelle went to the funeral and said to her, I knew your father really well, and she was a hell of a woman.
It's awesome.
And I was like, when you cap it off that way,
Yeah.
it really made the whole story kind of come together.
That's what I mean, dude.
And it was like,
Yeah.
that wasn't out of hate.
No,
that was out of that he was telling his story about how he came to where he is.
Mm-hmm.
And it made sense to me. And that's what kind of started me off. And Plastic Martyr is one of the first that was like, let me give you some information.
Yeah.
I love
that,
and her
actually.
post to me, I mean, I love the way, she's a fighter, and I love the way she
amazing.
goes at everybody, because
Love it.
it's kind of similar to me, but it's just like she educates people. It's not just about, let me chastise you because you're saying this or treating me a certain way. Right. She's like, I want to educate people too. Like, yeah, I'm going to tell you you're a prick if you're a prick, but I'm going to tell you why you're a prick too. And hopefully, then it's up to you to take that information and say, do I want to make myself a better person, or do I just want to dismiss it? And I hope by doing a show with her that more people will
That would be awesome.
will want to take that in instead of just be so dismissive. Because I think when you understand what these folks go through,
Yeah.
that it's not easy,
No.
that it's not, it's not something that's just some whim.
It's a marathon.
Yeah, man.
It ain't a sprint.
And when you hear, one of the biggest questions I ask when I meet a trans person is, how early did you know?
Yeah.
Because
That's a
so
good
many of these
question.
debates we see are talking about, oh, you shouldn't you shouldn't treat trans kids. And so many of them have told me in between anywhere from 7 to 12.
Yeah, it's usually early.
And I'm thinking to myself, these kids knew something was wrong that early, and we Americans are making it so they can't even go get mental health treatment.
Yeah, yeah.
And my thing is like, and then if you're going to blame it on shootings on these people, well, then maybe we should give them some mental health treatment.
Boom.
Seems like a pretty easy solution instead of taking away health care.
It's that simple. Yeah,
it really is.
It is, dude. It is.
So I'm looking forward to that show. And thank you to Plastic Martyr for both agreeing to come on and, being one of the people in her community to take people like me and say, let me educate you a little bit.
You want to know what? I never had any confusion. I always knew what it was, how it mentally affected people. I always knew it. But you know what confirmed it for me? And I tell people to go and watch this show if you want to have actual, this is like their bodies change when they're taking these hormones.
Yep.
And these pills to change their bodies. There's a show, it's an English show called Naked Attractions. It's on HBO Max. And it's literally the title. You're judging people. It's a dating show. You're judging people from the bottom of their feet, from their genitals, and then you go up to middle of the body and then the head. You actually judge them by their naked body before you see their head. There's a lot of trans people, transitioning people there. And I want people to go and watch that show, these people showing off their nude bodies, how much they actually change. Things really change in your body. And I remember talking to my wife. I'm like, I need people to watch this shit. I need more people that are ignorant, that don't understand the way transgendering works. Watch this show. That is a woman. That's not a guy anymore. Yeah. So I need people to go and watch that. That's a big thing.
And I break it down even from a different level, which is when I've always been a fan of bodybuilding. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger got me into that. There you go. And I always tell people, I'm like, that's
Bumping iron.
I'm like, that's not natural. Those guys are pumping themselves full of HGH, steroids, testosterone, all of that.
Yep.
And they become these monsters of people. I said, now, what if you reversed it? And I tell folks, I'm like, bodybuilders, after they do steroids forever, they have to take testosterone for the rest of their lives because the steroids and the HGH have literally just killed their body, and it just never will produce the testosterone it needs to anymore. So a lot of these bodybuilders will be on at least testosterone supplements for the rest of their life, whether they're taking steroids or not.
Isn't that body affirmation?
Yes, sir, it is. And a lot of bodybuilders actually have body dysmorphia. A lot of bodybuilders actually have that.
Yeah.
But my point being is,
I believe it.
If men can do that, it can go the other way too. So if you take away all of the testosterone and you replace it with estrogen and all of those hormones, you're going to start getting, and again, anybody that's a fan of bodybuilding knows this term. It's called bitch tits. That's what they call it.
I learned that in Fight Club.
Thank you. And what that is it's just the tissue starts to build up under the breastplate as it would a woman.
Yeah.
Because their body is not producing enough testosterone and the estrogen is taking over. So again, I went and educated myself on the swimmer. And I went and looked up the NCAA rules. And of course, before Republicans got to get rid of it. And I found that they had to be on the supplement, hormones.
The hormone supplement.
But they had to be on their hormone supplement for 18 months. And then they had to go through a series of testing to ensure that their hormone levels were equal to what a woman's hormone levels would be before they could even get in the pool.
Amazing.
So it's like all these people are thinking like dudes are showing up and like, hey, I'd like to go swim over there.
That's not how that works, man. You're going too deep for them, Ryan. You're going way too deep for them. They can't understand. Like, what do you mean pills change your body? Yeah, they don't believe in science, so they don't get it. You're speaking gibberish now, Japanese to them, man.
Yeah.
If they don't get it,
they think Tylenol
causes autism
and ADHD.
Funny as hell. That's so stupidly funny, dude.
So what a good pivot into that one. So for those of you who may not have been paying attention, Donald Trump and the 14-year intravenous heroin addict and brainworm food have now said that Tylenol causes autism and ADHD in kids whose mothers may have taken the pain reliever during pregnancy. I'm going to let you respond to this first, bro.
I'm still in shock that they're even doing this, man. That's my thing.
And getting away with it.
And they're getting away with it. Like,
Yeah.
there is no science behind it. The science is completely opposite of everything that they're saying. So I don't understand how this is even getting through.
I don't either.
Somebody from Europe, I told you this at the beginning of the show, as somebody from Europe that had to literally get your vaccinations, or the list, they gave us a whole list. I mean, just, you got to do it. You're not entering the country. What are we doing? Vaccines literally save lives. That's a fact, period. It's period. I don't even need to go further. So how this is happening, it's fascism, man. I don't know anything further than this is just a dictatorship for one specific person, and they're like, oh, I'm helping my buddies.
Yeah.
Because I think this whole autism Tylenol thing is deeper than you think. I think there's a whole,
whole
thing. It's capitalism, man.
There's something here. I agree with that. There's something. There's something else behind this that I'm not seeing. But before I give my reaction, I think our amazing producer Keith actually has a video of Trump. I think trying to, because this was the thing. My wife says, "Why are they saying Tylenol?" And I thought for a second, I go, "I bet it's because he can't say acetaminophen." So, Keith, if you'd roll this for us.
Effective immediately, the FDA will be notifying physicians that the use of well, let's see how we say that. Acetaminophen. Is that okay?
No.
Which is basically commonly known as Tylenol during pregnancy, can be associated with a very increased risk of autism.
Did he say very increase or varied increase?
Probably very increased.
Somebody get this man a teleprompter.
The thing is, you can see when he's reading, and when he stops, it's like, okay, he couldn't say increased. So he was like, increased. He couldn't, he was reading it in his head. He can't read, dude. He can't read.
Bet if somebody tested him, I bet he doesn't even have high school level reading.
Bro, most MAGA doesn't. I hate to be that way, but it's the truth. It's statistically proven.
Statistically, if you look at the exit polls, the 2024 election, it's statistically speaking, the more liberal and educated somebody, or the more educated somebody is, the more liberal they tend to be. Yeah. Like, it's true. It's statistics. It's not, I'm not pulling it out of my butt.
It's very true, Ryan.
So, here's my thing. Again, it's just adding on to the ridiculous things that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and Trump say. And I'm going to tie this back to mental health for a second. These are the same clowns who think SSRIs are causing school shootings.
I'm on one. So I don't know what they're talking about.
Like, I tell people all the time, like, dude, I'm not, like, I don't force getting medicated on people. I just try to tell my story, and I say, don't be afraid of taking them, because they've improved my quality of life in ways I can't even describe. It's made me a better father, better dad, just a better person. Yep. And when you're able, I'm bipolar too, which I'm very public about. And for those of you who don't know, it's not as bad as bipolar 1, but it tends to be more depressive episodes. But really what bipolar is
I didn't know that, Ryan.
Yeah, yeah.
I did not know that, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, I know. I need to talk about it more, but
you should, brother. You should.
If you don't know what bipolar really is, the best way to describe it is, no matter if it's 1 or 2, is you really just have a problem controlling your emotions, whether it's up or down. Yeah. And sometimes it causes, you to have extreme reactions to things because, it's based in emotion. It's not based up here. Yep. And so the medications allow me to say, hold on. Let me shift to my brain here for a second and think, is this really what's happening? Or am I just being way over emotional?
Yeah. My wife does that all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Man. But
it's that's hard when you're manic. It's real difficult when you're manic. And she tells me, she's like, hey, I'm manic. I will tell you right now. I tell my wife something too. And that's how we do it, man. 10 years almost married. It's great. It works out.
My wife in 2015 is the reason I went and started to get help.
Good for you.
Because she told me, she's like, and I tell folks this one, I'm like, she didn't give me an ultimatum, really. Like, it didn't feel that way. What she said to me, and I'll never forget it because it's what made me go. She said, I don't know what's going on. She's like, but whatever it is, it's not normal. She goes, and you need to go see somebody. She's like, if you don't go see somebody, she's like, I'm going to have to figure something else out for me and the kids. She's like, but as long as you're going to see somebody and try to figure this out, she's like, I'm not going anywhere. And I went and got into the VA like 2 weeks later. And I didn't figure out I was bipolar till 2018. So I tell people, like, it's not going to be quick, and it takes work. And there's been medications that I had a bad reaction to. Like, it's not a perfect science. They call it practicing medicine for a reason, because they're practicing constantly.
Yep.
And learning new things and learning new medications. And so, there's a patience that has to be involved. And as you said, when you're manic and you just want solutions and you want to feel better, you don't necessarily have that patience. And so I'm just very thankful to be, where I'm at, because ever since I got on the right meds, it's life-changing.
Yeah.
So,
gotta have a good partner too, to be there with you when you need someone to talk to.
I don't think I'd have made it without
Jen. My wife would say the exact same things. Like, without you, man, I don't know where I would be mentally. Like, because 10 years now.
When you tell, like, she knows it's coming.
Like,
I don't even have to tell her.
Yeah.
She can just tell by the way
sense it. Yeah.
And
I can.
Because I start isolating. Because I don't want her. Don't want to be a burden on her and the kids.
Man.
So I'll start to isolate in my office.
Holy crap!
She's like, oh, okay, he's isolating, so he's kind of just trying to protect us from, whatever.
Sure.
And luckily, those days are like really, few and far between. Lately,
especially with what's going on. I'm surprised, man.
I will. But again, if you go look at my accounts, I'm not posting. All day, every day. I don't post every news story. Like, I let a lot go because, I'm coaching soccer with my kids. I'm very focused on them. Like,
good for you, man.
The time is going by so fast, and I don't want to look back and be like, I was so busy fighting Trump that I missed 4 years, of my kids growing up.
Good for you.
So,
man.
So I'm definitely trying to keep that good, balance.
Respect.
And, I have a great team here on this show that makes it easy for me to show up. And, I'm very, very fortunate, like I think we were talking about it in the green room. We've set up these lives where, we can make a living from home, and we did it out of necessity at a time, but now it's just become like, I enjoy it. I like the fact that I can do this from anywhere.
Facts.
Like, I can take a computer and a microphone and, I can do my podcast from anywhere, so it's just, man, it's all the community. So as always, thanks to everybody that, is listening, downloads the podcast, likes our stuff. I know Marcus is out there doing big things. He's heading I think he's heading to DC this weekend.
Yeah, he is.
So he's going to be up there talking with people.
I'd love to meet him, man. We're mutuals on
TikTok, we'll bring you back on when he's on. Yeah. No, he's a good dude. I met him. He came on my first show back in 2020.
Flowers on that.
Yeah, and he really was one of the him and Conscious Lee were like my two biggest ones.
That's big. That's big.
But yeah, man. So when I got the phone call to do the show with him, I was like, I think the phone call was like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. He pitched it to me, and I was like, yeah, I'm in. Let's do it.
It's amazing.
I was like, this is it. So
good for you.
We're very fortunate, but I think I'll pivot that into saying, we all need to take care of our mental health right now.
Yeah.
If you're struggling with, the stimulant that comes in every day from our government, from the news, from everything,
every day,
I think that's normal. And so, listen to your body. If you got to take a step away, take a step away.
Yep.
And if you need to talk to somebody, God, it is not a bad thing to go talk to somebody, even if it's just for them to look at you and say, you know what, this is all pretty normal.
Yeah.
And it just
therapists.
Exactly. It'll just make you feel like, okay, cool. This is I'm actually good. This is normal.
Yeah.
And so just because you go talk to somebody doesn't mean you're going to be in therapy for the rest of your life. It just means, they're going to either say, okay, yeah, you could work on this and here's some coping skills, or they're going to say, no, it's all pretty normal stuff considering, I think you're good.
Once this became full time, I had to get a therapist. I was like, if I'm gonna, my wife even was like, you need to go get therapy. You got to find an outlet. Yeah,
like,
or
something.
do a hobby, because my hobby
Yeah.
became my job, and she's like, "Well, now you have a job. Now you got to." I got no other hobbies. I got music, but I'm alone. I know to do something else. Video games, I guess. But
Coaching, I was talking to my buddy about this. We took the summer off of coaching, so we did like 4. I call them seasons, but technically it's like 1 full year. But so we did a year, and then we took 3 months off, and I didn't realize how much of a coping mechanism that was for
full
me. Like,
show,
because it's we do 2 days a week plus a game on the weekend, so that's a
There you
lot
go.
of time. And then we got to set up the practices and all that. And I have, again, my wife is awesome and does it with me. But it forces me to put the phone down. It forces me to focus on the kids. It forces me to just let everything else go. And I didn't realize until we went back that I was like, ooh, I need this. Like,
Yeah, man.
This is like a coping tool for me. Okay.
oh yeah,
Are you speaking a word? You're speaking a word. I have bipolar depression. The isolation is so real. Oh, hey, what's going on, Leo? Yeah, the isolation is a huge coping tool. I think especially if you have loved ones in your life that have to, I call it deal with me, but that you have to be around. Sometimes the best thing to do is to isolate so that for me, it's two pronged. One, I don't want to say something to my wife that I can't take back.
yeah.
That's one.
Yep, I
And
get it.
two, I don't want my kids to see me in a manic episode. And even though my manic episodes are nothing like they used to be, I just don't want them to see me like struggling like that.
Yeah.
And my daughter's starting to get to a point where, she picks up on when I'm not feeling right. So I've kind of started having conversations with her, about like, yeah, Dad just struggles with some stuff and this is what it means, that kind of thing. Because I don't want my kids not understanding, that sometimes dad just needs to shut down,
Happens.
and it's just what I have to do. That I've discovered it's best
And
for
it's okay,
everybody.
man.
It's best for everybody.
It is. Trust me.
Yep. And my wife, like if I walk out in the middle of the day and I say I just got to go lay down for an hour, my wife knows what that means.
Yeah.
Like
My wife naps all the time.
Like
dude.
for me,
I
it's a
get it.
reset.
Yep.
And
Reboot.
it's like even
Reboot.
just a 30 or an hour nap, it's a reset.
Yep.
And she understands that. So again, going back to having a spouse that understands and is willing to pick up that slack when you need to just.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a blessing. My wife is a blessing.
I believe you.
But I do, that's the one thing I hope for anybody out there that, not even just bipolar, anxiety, depression, whatever you're dealing with,
I
hope you are able to find some kind of a support system, because
I do. I got lucky too, man.
that really does make a big difference.
I got lucky. Yeah.
And if you can't find a support system, come find
Get
me.
therapy. Yeah. Or get therapy. Like seriously,
Well, that
somebody
too.
will listen to you.
Yeah, even if you got to pay for it, so it helps.
Yeah. Yeah, it really will, dude. I promise. It will.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, seriously, guys, I think I know a lot of people that do what we're doing. I guess we call ourselves creators or whatever, but
Content creator.
a lot of people
Political
are struggling.
commentator. Yeah.
A lot of people are struggling, and it's like they may look fine on camera, they may still put their smile on or whatever and do their content, but I promise you, a lot of us are struggling behind closed doors with just how much and how insane a lot mean happening is.
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean,
dude. I've cried. I have closed myself out.
I've cried twice. I've cried twice.
A handful. Yeah, I have definitely. It's the Gaza shit that gets to me, man. That I cry. It's too personal for me. Too home. It's
I get
too close
angry
to
at
home.
that. I get more angry because
Yeah.
I'm angry at the hypocrisy, and I'm angry. Donald Trump. I think it was yesterday or this morning. He's like, well, just Ukraine should get all their land back, and it's like, motherfucker. That's what we've been saying from day one. That's what Joe Biden was trying to do, you piece of shit.
Literally.
Like you literally just came back to where Democrats have always been.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
please, somebody explain it to me. And then on top of it, Tylenol is going to actually put a label on their product saying that it could possibly cause autism and ADHD, even though there is no study that I have personally found stating this. So
There is none. You're never gonna find that
Somebody
study
help
because
us,
it
please.
doesn't exist. It's fugazi. It's just fought in the wind, man.
Gen Z is going to be like, did you eat paint chips as a kid? No, my mom just took Tylenol.
Yeah, just my mama took. Yeah, literally. My good Lord, I don't
This
understand.
is the new paint chips. Yeah.
Yeah, Tylenol causes autism and vaccines are garbage. Whew, the country we live in, Ryan.
It's insane.
Yeah, it is.
And then also, if you didn't see any of the videos of Donald Trump at the UN,
my God.
yeah, save yourself some time. It was pretty bad.
I did, dude. I was in an infusion, and the whole time it was that thing. I'm just sitting there getting pumped with chemicals while he's just droning on.
Oh, man.
Droning on. And everyone's sitting there like, why is this guy talking?
Yeah, I mean, I was like,
They
why
were
do you guys
dying
keep
inside.
giving him the stage? Like,
I hate it because he's the leader of the free world. Remember,
Well,
it's a fucking,
let me say that to this one's aimed at everybody. Can you please stop talking about Donald Trump? He's the president of the fucking United States.
Yeah, we're never gonna stop. 3.5 more years, we ain't
The
stopping.
minute
What are
this
you
dude's
talking
gone,
about?
trust me. Like, you think I want to spend my time talking about this orange prick?
Literally,
Like, no.
I got other shit better
I
to
got
do than
tons of
him.
other things I'd rather do. But he's running the country into the fucking ground so that him and his billionaire friends can all profit off of it and
Yep.
drive the rest of us all into fucking poverty because we can't even afford gas and groceries.
While you said that, release the Epstein files. By the way,
That too. Yeah. We're never seeing that shit.
No.
Not the unredacted ones, at least.
You will see with no Donald Trump, and if there's no Donald Trump in there, sir, that is the
We all
wrong
know
copy.
it. We all know it.
Oh yeah.
And again, I will say this. Knowing Donald Trump the way that we all do, is there any reality where he does not release the Epstein files if he's not in it? Just answer me that.
You know what they like saying? Why didn't the Democrats release it when they had the chance? They could have.
Oh,
Like,
well,
we
let's go
couldn't
back.
He was blocked. Biden was blocked.
Again, let's
From
go back
releasing.
to Kash Patel. I
Yeah.
believe it was last week.
Yep.
He literally said exactly that. He's like, we have released everything that we are legally able to.
Yeah.
Oh, so you motherfuckers do understand that
They do.
that the Democrats couldn't release this shit.
Yep.
Oh, you do get it.
Yep.
Got it. So
Yep.
you're all just full of shit.
All of them. Must have my cousin Vinny. Everything that guy just said is bullshit. that's literally I pull my cousin Vinny all the time because it's
I love
nothing
it.
but bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's they're never gonna release it. Never.
Well,
Ever.
no.
We can forget it. I'm waiting
And
for the victims to give me the fucking names, to be honest with you. If you want the reality,
I think it's coming.
it's
They're
coming
gonna drop them.
in the next month. You want to bet? In the next month, they're gonna be like, "Oh, y'all still haven't released it?" He's gonna do some crazy shit. Donald Trump is, and then they're gonna be like, "Well, here you go, baby. Here are the names."
It depends.
And Billy is in there, and all of them. Watch.
I think it depends on one thing. I think it depends on if they're ready. And what I mean by that is if they have a plan already in place, you
Probably.
know, like yeah, then they'll drop them in the next month or two. If not, I think it may take a little longer. I think it may be sometime early next year.
You think so?
Only because if these
Yeah, I was
women
gonna
are
say why.
because if these women are smart, they're going to have every single I
They wanna have their Q's
dotted,
and
every
P's.
T
Yeah, yeah,
crossed,
okay.
and they also are going to. They're not going to want to,
Okay.
haphazardly release it. They're going to want to make sure that they have protection in place, like all of it. And so,
See, I think they have a plan already. When
and
they
that's what I'm
said
saying.
that,
If they
hey,
already
don't
have all
release-
that set up, then
Literally.
they're
I think
prepared
so.
to drop it.
during that meeting when they had that in front of Congress,
Yeah.
when they were speaking,
And that does lead me to
that was
believe
the
that they're
plan.
ready.
they're like, we're dropping the plan today. Y'all don't want to drop it? We'll drop it. So, but we'll see.
Again, do we really need to see this list to know that Donald Trump was all
It's
over
more
it?
confirmation. I mean, honestly, I think there's some people want to. Will MAGA still be MAGA? Yes. Oh, Donald Trump's a
I
pedo.
will
Who
say
cares?
that
That's what's going to happen.
while I'm very surprised that this was the line for a lot of them, I will say that this was the line for some of them. There have been, I know MAGA people in my life, or know of them, that they have stopped supporting him over this.
Yeah, over that specific thing.
Over
I do know,
he won't
know
do what he
one
said he was
person.
supposed to do. He won't reveal the sexual predators. Okay,
Yeah,
like that's
it's-
literally their position.
my buddy's dad was MAGA, and he said when he realized the fascism was creeping through, which thank God, I was like, Dave, thank God. Oh, thank God you were there, because he was like, I can't do it. I like, this is everything that we stand against. Well, I
Yep.
can't be with this guy. And he's now voting liberal. I'm like, they lost
and
one
you know what, dude?
badly.
And I don't even like. I'm an independent. You know,
So
but
am
I
I.
tell
I'm an
people, I'm like, but
independent
if you
too,
look
dude.
at my like my
Socialist.
social media, I'm more loyal to Democrats than half the
I
Democrats.
unfortunately have
But-
to, dude. I have to be. We have to be, dude.
Yeah,
Or you will have no progression. Do you want a little bit progression or none?
yeah.
I'm going to take the little bit.
Yep.
I'll go with the little bit capitalist with and instead of the fascist that has.
It
none.
really is picking the
It
lesser
is,
of the
dude. It
evils,
is, yeah.
unfortunately.
I didn't know you were an independent because so am I.
I
I'm an
left
independent
2
too.
years ago.
Yeah, I
When they helped, I don't know if you
remember.
remember the first stalker I had.
Mm-hmm. I
They
do. You had
they
a
actually
couple,
helped
dude.
her.
Yeah.
They actually gave her information and told her that I was a known problem. I was like, oh, okay.
This is
Yeah,
what
the
I mean
leader of
about
the
this
party.
thing we
Her name
do.
was Bonnie. Fuck you, Bonnie.
Bonnie. Fuck you, Bonnie. Fuck you, Tony.
Speaking of corrupt pieces of garbage, let's move on to Tom Homan.
Oh, Border
As
czar.
my friend Ghost here lovingly refers to as
The border czar.
the border czar. So he got caught up in a $50,000 fraud, basically. And
Pull the Brett Favre.
yeah. And what did the Republicans do?
Nothing.
Yep.
Ding, 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 ding.
It's
Nothing.
like nothing changes.
Nothing.
So once again, you've got Carolyn Levitt, who stood up at the podium and said that he did nothing wrong,
Yeah.
even though there seems to be plenty of proof that he did. You've got Republicans literally saying, who cares? So, I don't know if we should be surprised that the people who voted for the convicted felon, the prolific business fraud, the adjudicated sexual abuser, and the accused pedo.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't seem to care that, these people that are supposed to be above reproach and, whip their moral authority around every freaking day, that they don't have to be held to the same standards that every other liberal or independent in America is held to.
When it's one of theirs,
Don't matter.
it's all good. The
It's all
moment it's
good.
somebody else, oh no. Hypocrite, dude, projectionists and hypocrites. That's what those people are. Anything you hear out of their mouths, usually projection or hypocrisy. I don't
Yeah.
know what else. There's no facts going out of that.
Did you see the statue?
Oh yeah, I saw the statue. Did I see this statue?
Keith, do we have a photo of the
Show me the
Epstein Trump
statue again.
statue, Keith?
In honor of Friendship Month, I need that.
I know Keith has got it. He's got it.
I just made a video about that. I'm dropping it after this podcast.
Dude, I saw that and I was like, whoever did this,
Dude, you know
chef's
it's only
kiss.
temporary. It's only like, I think 2 or 3 weeks they're going to have it. I hope, and I said that in my video, I hope that people just keep rebuying the little platform that they rented. Just keep rebuying the shit over and over and over. Imagine.
Like that's a
Oh.
that's a GoFundMe I'll donate to.
Oh, let's please. You if you find one, DM that shit to me. I will put fucking bucks in that, dude.
Oh
Keep
my
it
God.
up. Yeah,
Yeah,
please show us that. This is incredible.
I think our amazing producer here's got it for us.
This is incredible. Oh, I love when they troll Donald Trump, especially
dude,
with the
it's so
First
good.
Amendment, which he hates the most. Look at that. They're literally skipping in the streets, holding hands.
And with the
Good.
dude, it's framed with the capital so perfectly.
It's framed right. Yeah, to whoever did this, troll of
Just-
the year, my friends.
Chef's kiss. It's
Chef's kiss, bro. Read
It's
the little sign.
beautiful.
Did you read the sign?
No,
Yo,
I
can
didn't.
you zoom into that sign?
hang on, I think I've got it. Says
It's-
in honor of Friendship Month, what is it? We celebrate the long lasting bond between President Donald J. Trump and his closest friend, Jeffrey Epstein. What says at the bottom, voiceover must
It's
be
from
more,
the letter.
there must be more to life than having everything.
It's from the letter. It's been more than heaven, anything. Yeah, it's from the letter. And I love that they added the little heart. The hand heart. These people, whoever you are, if you're
We love
watching
you.
this, my God, you are the
Tell
best.
us where
You're
we
the
can send you some money.
troll of the year, man.
Oh, do they light up
Oh.
at night? It looks like they've got lights at the bottom.
No way.
Oh, if those light up at night, I want to see night photos.
I am going to die.
I gotta
I'm
gonna
Google it now. It's
I'm
'cause
gonna
it's
have
been 2
Marcus
days.
go buy it and get a
Hold on.
photo next to it. Marcus, you got to do it, man. Oh, that's so funny.
It's the greatest thing in the world, dude. I can't even lie to you. This is how you do it. It has
Yeah.
not been at night yet. I don't have any photos of it, but it's all over the internet. It's all over the place.
Yeah. So I think we're going to end the show on a military story. So apparently a restaurant was fined $25,000 for kicking a disabled veteran and his service dog, or her service dog, out of a Mediterranean restaurant. So the woman, a disabled
What?
Navy veteran, was denied service and told to leave the Oasis Mediterranean restaurant in Chevy Chase in March of 2023 because of her service dog. So it's like, well, I tell folks all the time, it's like disabled veterans, a lot of people like to say nice things and, oh, we care about you. But at the end of the day, like when it comes down to people actually doing something and treating us right, 8 times out of 10, it's bullshit.
Yeah, they're hoping that you die in combat, so you don't have to come back and they have to pay for you.
Well, that and, yeah, it's just
that dark.
insane.
It's unfortunately that dark, man.
It is.
I hate to go that direction because I have a lot of people in my life that are military. My father-in-law is an Air Force vet, so
Yeah.
I get it. I get it.
But I mean, again, when you talk about the military, I always bring it back to like cult tactics.
Yeah.
Oh,
shit, dude.
Because it's like, they shave all of our heads, they take all our clothes away,
Yeah.
give us all the same glasses, like they break you down and build you back up as a group, which is cult tactics.
They do.
By the way, a lot of you people out there, you wouldn't have made it past day 3 of boot camp. That was vaccine day.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, vaccines suck in the United
They'd have
States.
put their ass back on a bus and sent them back home.
Yep. Yeah.
Sorry.
That'll do it. That'll do it, man.
Oh man, so it's just, unfortunately, we keep seeing these type of stories where veterans are being mistreated, and I think we'll pivot it to what you talked about, being a naturalized citizen.
Right.
As there are veterans who were given their citizenship because of their service, and now they're concerned that they may be kicked out.
Put my life on the line for this shit, and now you're going to take me. Oh no.
And a deal was made. Like, let's break it down to, as simple as it can be broken down to. These people signed on the dotted line, dedicated however many years of their life was required for the deal, and were said at the end of said deal, you will get your citizenship.
Point
and
blank.
now,
period.
Exactly. And now they're like, oh, well, we don't care. We'll still send you back to your country of record.
Racism.
It's like, holy shit.
Xenophobia. Yeah, dude, this place, it's unfortunate when it's built on racism because I've tried to study as much as I can of the history. I actually learned more outside of college about the dark shit in this country than I did in college. Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
It's just the country was built that way. They can't, it's only young. It's what, we're about to hit 250 years next year, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, 250. So we're not, dude, I've lived in houses older than that in Europe. So this is nothing. It's this baby. It's an infant. This is a very, very young country.
Yeah.
So it has a lot to learn, but it was built like first 400 years before it became one was all racism and free labor. And we don't want to get into a history story.
But I mean, it's not even just racism. It's bigotry too.
Bigotry. Yeah, that's all in one. Yeah, racism, bigotry.
It's because, again, just circling back, to the trans community.
Right.
Now transgender people can't serve in the military.
Unbelievable. Makes no sense.
I'd hate to tell a lot of you people this, but a lot of you have likely gone to the bathroom next to a transgender person and you didn't even freaking know it.
Yep. Highly likely.
And if you don't know any women in your life that you can ask this question, let me just help you out. When you go into a women's bathroom, there are no stand-up urinals. All there are stalls.
Yep. And a couch, maybe, if you're lucky.
Okay. So it's not like you're standing up next to somebody, like looking over and being like, oh, that's not the same thing I've got.
Yep. Nobody does, Ryan. Nobody does that. Where are they getting this fucking information? I'm sorry. Nobody does that. None. Zero. Nobody stares
tired
over.
Of the bullshit.
It's propaganda. It's fear. It's white fear, dude. White fear.
Yeah.
White fear.
But there's a lot of communities under attack right now.
Yeah.
And I
Too
just
many.
want to say, as a white Catholic, man, veteran in this country, that I see it, and
There you go.
I'm not okay with it, and I know that I have a lot of people in my community that are not okay with it,
Yeah.
and I really firmly
Same.
believe that Donald Trump and this organization are severely underestimating us. And when I
They
say
don't
us,
understand.
I'm not just talking about the left. I'm talking about every single American out there right now that does not feel represented by this administration. We have a president who has stood up on stage and said that he hates his opponent. Well, I got news for a lot of you. You, me, Ghost, Marcus, we are his opponents.
Yep.
Anybody that does not bow knee to him or bend knee to him, he
Correct.
views them as an opponent. So the president of the United States is supposed to represent all Americans when they're elected, even if they didn't vote for him. And about 43 or so other presidents understood that fact, that when you get elected president, that it really should be a nonpartisan position. You are
All the
working
time.
for all Americans at that point.
Correct.
And the best thing you could probably do is go in there and show the people that didn't vote for you why they should have. And that's not what's happening here. We're being shown that we allowed a big mistake to happen in 2024, and we're going to pay for it.
Badly.
We already are paying for it.
Badly.
And unfortunately, we don't have enough people, elected officials currently in government, that are willing to do what needs to be done, which is impeach this man and actually convict him in the Senate and remove him from office and make sure that he can never assume any public office again, which is exactly what an impeachment conviction would do.
Yep.
So again, you want to point fingers at who's to blame for all of this? I point my fingers primarily at the Senate, but really all of Congress, because you failed to get that done, not once, but twice. And if January 6th, if you haven't figured it out, that should have been the tipping point. That should have been where all Americans said, Trump needs to be gone forever. He needs to go retire, and we need to revamp this thing. But unfortunately, for some reason, enough Americans looked at January 6th and thought, let's give them another go at it.
They looked at it as isn't that the point? When we don't agree with the government, we can overthrow it.
Yeah, we overthrow it.
That's where they went, dude. Seriously, I talked to somebody as it was happening. I'm watching the insurrection. They're like, yeah, I'm glad they're doing that. I think this election was fraud. Dude, I'm working with. I'm like, before this career started, I'm like, oh no.
So many people have gone to jail, even though most of them have gotten out with pardons now. So many people went to jail because of that administration. And even the election, what started January 6th, we had, I think it was 11 or 12 fraudulent electors here in Arizona. Like literally the woman running the Republican Party in the whole state signed this thing.
Because you were the top 7. Like you were one of the 7.
Yeah, we were one of the top 2. It was us. It was us, and I think it was Georgia.
Was it? Yeah, it was. Yes. Yeah. I know there's a couple little ones.
And then we got it on video where the governor of Arizona at the time was sitting down to certify the election, and his phone rings as he's sitting down to do it, and it's Trump. And it's Trump. It's the ringtone was the da 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 da, and he takes it out, looks at it, hits it, and puts it right down on the table like that, and then signs.
Oh, I remember that.
I was like, damn, Doug Ducey, that was his name.
Ducey, that's right. Douchey.
Yeah. Dude, that's
we used
what
to
I
call
used
him
to call him.
Douchey.
Douchey. Man. But real quick before we go, I want to, before I give you the mic and send everybody to your platforms, and again, thank you for stepping in for Marcus today.
I'd love to come more, man. Please.
Yeah, no, I'll definitely bring you back on so you and Marcus can get to know each other a little bit. But for those of you who might want something to do, something to look forward to, I went out for the No Kings protest a few months ago, and it was pretty massive, and it was a good time. It was all positive. Like there was really no, at least not that I saw or heard about. So there's actually going to be a No Kings 2 demonstration on October 18th. So
I'll be there.
Mark it on your calendar, folks, and look for something in your area
I'll be there.
Because October 18th, we're going to come out and show them again that hopefully even bigger numbers this time.
That'd be
because
great.
I will say I did something surprising on Twitter the other day.
Mm.
I did a poll, and I said, now be honest. And I asked it in the most neutral way that I could think of at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, are you paying or have your grocery prices gone down? And
No.
I said, yes, no, they've gone up. And
They've gone up was the biggest, wasn't it?
Yep.
These people are so easy to read, dude.
Yep. And I was
Yeah.
like, even on Twitter where, I get trolled primarily from the right wing, and there were right wing people on there that were like, no, my prices have gone up.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, I believe it.
And
Because
it's
it
like-
is. It's just the truth.
I was like, so are we finally figuring out that we're all Americans and we're all living this shit storm together, and that
I
it's all
wish.
being controlled by like 10 fucking people?
Literally. 4 if you actually break it down even deeper. But yeah, it's-
Larry
yeah.
Ellison, Elon Musk, Donald
Yeah.
Trump, and a
Yeah.
few other fucking
The
people.
BlackRock and the Vanguard fuckers too.
Yep.
Yep.
So it's like,
Absolutely, dude.
guys, us, those of you watching this, hearing this message, we are actually the people that should be sticking together. They
say
don't
that all
care
the
about
time.
us. Like literally, they asked Donald Trump the question. He's like, "Why? I don't care about.
I don't really
people."
care about him. He did. He verbatim said, "I don't really care what
Yeah.
the outcome is." I'm like, what?
Yeah, this dude doesn't care unless it benefits him or makes him look good in some
Yep.
way, shape, or form. He does not care.
No, and he never will.
And a leader is somebody who is going to do what needs to be done, even if it's not fun, even if it doesn't make them look good, because that's not what being a leader is about. It's not about fun. It's about being a fucking leader.
Literally.
And when people are being led somewhere, they don't want to be led by a clown and his circus. They want to be led by somebody like Obama or somebody like that who can speak fluently and you actually feel comfortable
Logic.
going, you know what? I may not agree with everything that man says, but I know that he has our best interests as a country at heart, and I can get down with that.
Bro,
That's what we need to get back to.
Oh yeah,
That's all I'm asking. I'm not asking. I don't think I'm asking for anything too extreme.
you're not.
Like, can we just get back to actually giving a shit about what the Constitution says and pay attention to the people that are actually taking massive dumps on it every day?
Here's the question: how are we going to get MAGA even on our side? They're too lost in the sauce, as Lee likes to say, man.
Like
They're
I said,
cooked.
January 6th was when I really kind of woke up to just how
yeah.
bad it was.
Yeah, it's bad.
Because it's like,
It's
wow,
bad.
like that wasn't enough for you guys. Like, wow.
Apparently not.
And it's like, I
Yeah.
mean, again, I listed out already once before. The dude is a convicted felon. He's
Period.
a prolific business fraud. He had to pay, I mean, this is just one that I can think of off the top of my head. He had to pay $25 million for his university fraud. People that were sending him money, hoping that they were getting something in return that they could turn into a tangible asset.
Yep.
And he had to pay $25 million because it was all bullshit.
Bro, anybody that frauds casinos, a thing that could never
Casinos,
go bankrupt or fraud. How do
students,
you go
cancer
bankrupt in a
patients.
casino?
I'm glad you brought that
Dude,
up.
that makes no sense, Ryan. You can't bankrupt the casino unless you're a dumb motherfucker.
Well, talk about
Sorry to
dumb.
say it
No,
that
no, let's hear how dumb he really was. So again, I'm not trying to start a cult here, people. I don't mind if you fact check me. Please go read up on this. And I think it was either 1992 or 1994. Donald Trump had to pay out a $30,000 settlement, basically, for a fraud scheme that he did in his one casino. What happened was he was $3.2 million. He had to make a loan payment, a balloon payment, and he didn't have the money. So his daddy came in. Well, I'm sorry. His daddy sent a couple of lawyers into the casino to buy around, $3.2 million worth of chips. And then they just walked out and never came back. Now, for those of you who need to do a little math problem, if you walk into a casino and you drop $3.2 million in chips and you don't go use those chips at a table and you just take them home, that's a fucking loan.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened.
Yep.
And they got busted. And instead of something major happening to them, it was a $30,000 slap on the wrist. The university was a $25 million slap on the wrist. So again, how many times is this prick going to get slaps on the wrist? Maybe if any of the people that have come across Donald Trump in the last 35 years that had, a spine or a pair of balls, we wouldn't have ever had this dude as president. But because so many of you rich motherfuckers would rather buy into a brand than somebody that actually knows what the hell they're doing, we're stuck with Donald freaking Trump, who hasn't built anything since 1978.
Period. And he didn't even build it. His daddy gave it to him. So it can go deeper. Donald Trump is a Nepo baby fraud.
So I say all that to say October 18th.
Yeah.
Put it in your
October
calendar
18th, baby.
so that you show up for the next protest. Hey, guys,
I
look,
hope they have it. It'll be great.
Showing up and protesting may start getting a little more dangerous.
Yeah.
So just keep your guys' heads on a swivel.
Yeah.
These people really, they do want violence.
Grow
They want things to escalate.
Yep.
So, and I'll keep saying this to my black brothers and sisters out there: keep your ass at home, keep doing what you're doing. Yep. We got this. And yeah. So, brother, before we take off, can you send people to your platforms and let everybody know where they can see your show?
Yes, please. You can find me on all platforms at DAGhost_official, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, the works, except Twitter. I am not on Twitter. I refuse. I hate Elon Musk that much.
I just like kicking him in the balls every day.
And that's great. We need leftists over there. I can't do it, dude. It's something about, that's why I'm so.
There's a lot of people that feel that way. And that's fine.
That's why I talk shit about fascism all the time, because it's literally affecting us right now. And if people don't understand it, people will come in your house with guns like they did with me in Bosnia, and there's nothing you can fucking do about it. Nothing.
Yeah.
So
they've been given pretty much immunity to do it too.
There it is.
But yeah, guys, so please go check out Ghost. Brother, thank you again for coming on and filling in for Marcus. He should be back next week. If not, I'll drag Ghost or somebody else back on. But as always, thank you to my production team in the background, Keith, and everybody that helps us out. This show is definitely a team effort. So as always, thanks to those guys. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next Wednesday. And as always, much love. Keep fighting. Stay safe out there.